Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about a possible return of Arron Wan Bissaka, who, as you all know, was a really good defender for us back in the day. You know, when he first arrived at Crystal Palace, first arrived in the first team, he played really well. I thought he was very good indeed. As is always the case, or often the case with Crystal Palace, big teams came in, and Manchester United came in and swooped him away. And I thought he was going to have a good time at Manchester United. I thought that his ability would shine through and that he would win things with Man United and that he would do well. Hasn't quite worked out that way for him. I'm not entirely sure why he hasn't worked out quite well at Manchester United. Maybe a similar thing to Zaha when he went there years ago. But he hasn't really had an amazing run in the team lately. And I think in some cases, certainly some of the managers have blamed him among other players as not having enough drive to get to win games and to play the way they should be playing. So I know that according to the Athletic, and this has now been spread around a few other sources, it is a possibility that Crystal Palace could be looking to bring Arron Wan Bissaka back to Selhurst Park in the summer. Apparently, he is a Palace fan, and which is also good. I mean, he was brought through from the Palace Academy. He's been one of those players that we've nurtured and has come on to be a really good player. Didn't really, I don't think, have the right training. I don't think he was dealt with in the right way at Manchester United. But I think coming back to Crystal Palace, coming back to the team that he made his name at, coming back to the team that he supports, I think would be a good thing for him. And I think that I've looked around on social media, and a lot of fans seem to think this is going to be a good idea, and so do I. I think he's he's a great player. With Joel Ward, Joel Ward is a fantastic servant for the club. I love Joel Ward, but he's getting older and he's not going to be able to stay in the first team forever. And Klein is also very good, but we need a backup. We've only got those two who are good enough to play week in week out. So having Aaron and Bissaka in there would be a great addition, and then perhaps having Klein as a backup to him, the way that he is at the moment with he has been to Ward, although Ward hasn't played a lot of games lately. So I think this is going to be a good thing to do. I think it's going to be great for him to come back and be with the team that he feels supports him, and be with a crowd that's going to get behind him. Be with Patrick Vieira, who I think this season's brought out the best in many players in the side. He's worked wonders with many players who we thought were maybe over the hill or past it, or maybe not be getting the best out of them. He seems to have achieved that, which is great. So I think that he'll be a good addition to the squad if we can manage to sign him. It depends, I guess, on how much he's going to be sent, and how much he's going to be going for, and also whether the new Man United manager will want him or not. I mean, he may look at him and think that there's potential there, and decide to keep him and work with him. So we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully, a deal can be done and we can bring him back in the summer. Another thing I just wanted to talk about today is someone who we've been connected to a few times, and that's Nketiah. I think I've pronounced his name right anyway. But Eddie Nketiah is currently with Arsenal, and he's played a couple of games recently, but it looks as though he isn't quite happy with the amount of game time he's getting. He's turned down a new contract with Arsenal, which means he'll be out of contract in the summer. And he is someone that we have been linked with. We were linked with last summer. I'm not entirely sure that he would be a good fit for us, but we never know. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Eddie Nketiah would be a good signing for the club? Do you think that he would bring anything that we haven't already got here? Although he's scored a few goals, he's a former under-21 international. He's a good player in many respects. But do you think he's right for the Palace? Do you think he will bring the right qualities, should we say, that Patrick Vieira will be looking for? I'm sure that Patrick Vieira will be looking to sign him if he thinks that is the case. So, we don't want another player to join the club who's then going to sit on the bench and not do anything, as we have before. So, if he is going to be signing him, then we want to make sure that he's going to be getting regular football and that he's going to be, playing regularly. I think that's what he wants as well. That's what Nketiah wants, and I'm sure that if he comes to Palace, that's what he'll be looking for. He'll be looking for regular play in the team, and if that's something that Patrick Vieira thinks he will fit into the team in that way, then it could be a possibility that he will put in a swoop for him. Again, it depends on how much he's worth, how much Arsenal decide to ask for. Borussia Mönchengladbach are also apparently interested in him, so it depends, I guess, on where he wants to go. If he wants to stay in London, or if he wants to go abroad. Again, it all depends on how often I think he gets to play. If he isn't given guaranteed play most weeks by Palace, which I'm not sure Vatra Vieira will be able to give him that, then he may decide to go elsewhere, or he may decide to simply stay at Arsenal. But it's interesting. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Eddie? Well, do you think we should have? Do you think we're right in going for him? Do you think that he is the right kind of person for us, or do you feel that we should be looking elsewhere? That's what I've got for you today. Thank you for joining me, and see you next time.